One of the things I really remember growing up as a child when we did fire drills, I remember we would go under our desk, we would tuck and put our hands behind our necks to protect our heads. These are little things that we remember as kids. We remember when there's a fireman that's coming in. We remember the school teacher rolling out and watching a NASA launch. So I'm dating myself a little bit. But I remember those things so vividly. And those are little things that stuck in my mind for the rest of my life. Now, when I became a code enforcement official, I always asked myself, how can I make an impact like that to kids and make it relevant to what I do today? And this is where I came up with the idea to start visiting schools and actually bring something and make it relevant for them to understand that there's people out there like myself and, countless other individuals that can say, hey, there's people out there that their whole mission is to make sure your neighborhoods are clean and your buildings are safe. And that's what we do. That's a very heroic way to look at what we do. And to add that on, we wanted to give them a little bit of material so they can relate to. So for example, we created coloring books. I created a coloring book starring one of my most inspirational co-officers, Rachel Patterson. So she's the character Kara in the coloring book. Also, she's also a character in the book Code Enforcement Officer Lucas Cleans Up Our Street. She's the girl with the messy house, with the old house, and it eventually gets cleaned and she takes pride in her house. And that's something that us as code enforcement officers do. We fix neighborhoods. We make sure people's houses are clean. Of course, it's not a book, but it's one of those things where if you tell a story, a kid can remember it and understand the value of what we do. One of the other things is now we're creating an animated series where we have characters which are code officials throughout the United States give us 1 minute clips on what it is that they actually do. And then we have one of our code officers, Officer Richard, who explains it in more playful language so a kid can understand. This originally spawned for an idea that I had a long time ago where Code Enforcement Officer Rachel and I created Fiona the Fox, which is an animated character way before AI came onto the scene. And that video maybe took us 4 or 5 days to create for a 1 minute clip. Today, we can create many clips in about a couple hours, and the flow has been a lot faster. So these are kind of things that we do when we think outside the box. If you have an idea, the thing is to just bring it to fruition and just make it happen. Figure out if you can't make it happen, if you don't have the resources, reach out to somebody like myself, reach out to somebody like Rachel Patterson. And there's countless other individuals that do that. I have to thank the International Code Council for always supporting these big ideas and promoting some of these ideas when we post them out there. So those are kind of thinking outside the box. This is outreaching. This is doing countless things. This is just the tip of the iceberg because we've done other things. We've done stuff for the Spanish community where we created a loteria. A loteria is like a Spanish bingo that each card has its own meaning. So we created a whole series for the code enforcement community so they not only can understand Spanish, but they can go to Spanish-speaking schools and play a bingo game and explain what those rules and regulations are. Similar to when in the Spanish bingo you would say el perico que no se calla, and that would mean the parrot that never shuts up. So you little fun things that you can do with these cards, and you can do the same thing with the code enforcement loteria. Other things that we've done is we just done podcasts. We've done just online virtual training where we make it free. We think outside the box. We say, hey, what's important to us? What can we do to make our community more aware of what we do and how united we are. Thinking outside the box, that's where we came up with the Code Comply Summit. Rachel and I were very instrumental. We had a lot of help from a lot of the sponsors and a lot of the volunteers that helped out. So it's been a journey. Thinking outside the box has always been something that I've been passionate about. And I always say, if you don't try, it never happens. So I rather try and fail miserably and learn from that experience than never try at all.
Join us for the next edition of the Sustainability Membership Council's Building Safety Month video series, Building a Legacy.